It is once again Sunday, and you know that we do this every Sunday night. We have the open mic to let the musicians come sing their songs and play their instruments. We have the comics come and do the jokes and make us laugh. We have spoken word, who are really just the comics with unfunny material. I'll be doing spoken word this evening. I had to say that before anyone else got it in. Anyway, we appreciate you guys coming out. We do this every Sunday, like I said, and we thank Aaron Karman repeatedly throughout the night for giving us this nice venue for us to be able to perform. So thank you for that. Also, anybody who really loves to sing so much and they really want to come and do karaoke, Matt does karaoke from 9 to 1 on Tuesdays. So come up and sign up on the list, and he's going to make you sound better than the actual performer. I mean, come up and sound like Rihanna, I guess, right? Do you have the Rihanna filter?
Probably.
Sorry. Anyway, let's see. I'll do a little bit of comedy a little bit later. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I'm going to bring your first performer up. His name is Brad Hutchins. He's been here before, so come on up, Brad, and give your comedy.
Thank you, sir. Who can take the sunrise? Hey, Karman Bar, how you doing tonight, this morning? This morning for some of us. A few things I want to talk to you about this glorious Sunday on the 4-day weekend. First one, we had a plane crash here. You guys don't know about this? So Thursday, I'm on my morning call. My company has a morning call at 9:30. And by the way, we all work at home, so that's how we keep in touch with each other. And during the morning call, it's going a little bit long. I go to check Twitter. I see Twitter's just absolutely exploding with this plane crash on the 405. And I go, oh my God, you guys, the plane crashed on the 405 trying to land at John Wayne. And the boss just immediately, it sounded like he already had the TV going, but the volume for the TV went right up and we could hear this, And the first question, we had it tuned to KTLA Channel 5. And the first question the info babe in the studio asked of her reporter on scene was, can you tell me what they do, the officials at John Wayne Airport do to keep planes from crashing, to prevent planes from crashing on the 405? And I mean, just like this, okay, I just step in, I'm like, okay, number one, buoyancy, right? Physics. It's like the plane uses the air, and it goes fast enough, so you need engines to get it going fast enough so that it stays in the air. It's a lot like when you're water skiing. You start out, 1 or 2 skis, you're in the water, you yell, hit it. Like you and your ski are in the water, you yell, hit it. The boat starts to go fast, and you get pulled up, buoyant, over the water, and you glide on the water. The planes work the same way, right? Physics, simple physics. In addition to simple physics, there's lights. There's lights on the runway to direct the pilots where to land. The lights are not on the freeway. In fact, they run perpendicular on the freeway. The pilot should be able to figure this out. Other things, training. Pilots are trained. Pilots are trained to land on the runway, not the freeway. So there were a lot of good reasons why planes don't typically run or land on the freeway. I was also kind of startled to see that at the same time this plane was crashing, Harrison Ford was trending on Twitter. People jump to conclusions. People ask me sometimes, Brad, what kind of a friend are you? And I'm going to tell you, I'm a very observant friend. You invite me over to your house, my eyes are open. I'm looking for things. I'm looking for signs. Now, I'm not too overt about it. I hosted a wedding at my house, my sister's wedding, almost 20 years ago this year. And the whole family was over. I had a little condo at the time, and they all stayed over. And I had 2 bedrooms. One was my bedroom, and the other bedroom was I used my office at the time. And I come upstairs and go into the office, and I catch my grandmother digging through my desk. And I just look at her. I don't scowl or anything, I just look at her, and after about a minute or two of digging and stuff, she turns around and she sees me, and the look of fear in her eyes was something I will never forget. But I didn't say anything, I just kind of looked. And she kind of backed away from the desk, and she walked out of the office and downstairs. I didn't say a word. Didn't say a word to her about it. She didn't say a word to me about it. But, we kind of knew it was up there. Now, she didn't find anything. There was nothing for her to find. There was no dirt. I don't have any dirt that people can find. You know, I'm not that kind of a friend. I'm not going to go digging through your stuff. But let me tell you the kinds of things I noticed. Look, you know, I'm in my mid-40s. All right, I've tried all sorts of food. I've had every reaction to food that you could possibly imagine. I'm looking at you guys. I know you guys eat the same way I do. I know you have the same kinds of reactions to food and digestive problems, irritable bowel syndrome, maybe a little Crohn's disease, occasional diarrhea. Look, I know about this stuff, okay? And it's all right, okay? So I'm not really interested in what your digestive problems are. I'm interested in if you are a problem solver. This is how I tell. I walk into your bathroom, okay? If you've got crappy toilet paper, you are not a problem solver. You have the Cottonelle, or you have the Charmin. You know, like the Cottonelle, that cleans you up, and the Charmin, like the Cottonelle cleans you up so that you can go commando. You've watched the commercials. And the Charmin cleans you up so that you don't leave any marks on your underwear. This is their commercials too, right? So if you've got one of those brands, I know that you're a problem solver. I know that you recognize what your issue is and you take care of it. Now, there's another thing I'm looking for in your bathroom too. I'm looking for wet wipes. You got wet wipes? Right? Okay. This guy knows what I'm talking about right here. That's right. Okay. Then I know that you're about solving this problem immediately. But look, if I go into the bathroom where you have your shower, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a removable wand on the shower. Okay? And I'm also looking for a removable wand on the shower that's long enough that you can wash your undercarriage. Because I know when you buy that thing at Lowe's and you mount that onto the shower to replace the little water preserving, drip spigot that they have, right? I know that wand doesn't stretch long enough to do much anything. So you've probably gone to Amazon if you're really concerned about personal cleanliness and you bought a 6-foot hose for your shower wand. You do that, and I know that you guys know what's up. Now, if you don't do that, it's all right. I just know that you're not taking care of yourself there. But that's the kind of stuff that I notice because I'm a good friend. There's one last thing I want to discuss with you tonight, and it's Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg, he's the kid. He's just 30 this year who invented Facebook. And he's taken, like, every year now to having goals for his company. These are very, very lofty goals. The goal for this year, that he just spelled out in the past couple weeks, is to improve their Facebook groups functionality so that Facebook can effectively replace churches and little leagues and other places that we, get a lot of our social interaction. You don't need churches anymore. You don't need Little League anymore. You've got Facebook. Now, I look at this 30-year-old nerd and I think that's awfully pretentious. He's not going to replace Little League with Facebook. I mean, how are you going to argue with umpires on Facebook? How are parents, going to fight over places to put their chairs? On the first baseline. How are all the kids going to get trophies for participation on Facebook? And I think he's not quite right with that. But I do think he's on to something. I think he's on to things that Facebook could replace. Like, Facebook could potentially replace going to the gym. Now, you guys are looking at me and you're like, Brad, obviously, Facebook has already replaced you going to the gym. Accept that criticism, that's all right. For me, it's like the one piece of the experience of going to the gym, though, that I don't think I could get on Facebook is when I go into the men's locker to get dressed up, it's that guy parading around with his giant crank, like he's something special. That's never going to be on Facebook. But there's that guy that does that and, just really annoys the hell out of everybody. He's not going to be on Facebook. Parades. We got 4th of July coming up, right? You know, my hometown, I've told you guys about my hometown a couple times in previous appearances here. Danville, California, second safest city in the state last year. I think this year they dropped to like 10th or something like that. But they have this problem with their 4th of July parade where people come out the day before, July 3rd. They come out early and they put down their towels and they put down their chairs and they reserve their spots. And they're not supposed to do it until 6 p.m. the night before. So this year, and by the way, I found this out on Facebook for my friends who still live in Danville. This year they put up signs, and the sign says, it's in very, very large print, in the interest of public safety, no chairs are to be put out before 6 o'clock. You know, I look at this and I think, that's a threat. That's like if you put your chair out at 5:58, some police officer is going to come up and tase you, right? Public safety. The signs don't work. And the parade, you know, what ends up happening with the parade is all the people who cheat and put up their seats first or whatever, they get to do the parade. Everybody else, you know, gets the crappy seats, and they're law-abiding citizens. They're not celebrated or respected or anything else. They don't get to enjoy the parade. I'm thinking of one other person who might have enjoyed, you know, Facebook doing parades, you know, besides people who like parades and don't want to show up 2 days early to put down their seats. And John F. Kennedy, he would have enjoyed Facebook parades. I mean, let me give you another thing Facebook could do here. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Patreon. Patreon is a really cool website, okay, where artists, this is their spiel, artists can get paid for sharing their content with patrons. It's a really, really cool website. But Facebook could kind of adopt the Patreon model. And imagine this, somebody like me who doesn't have kids, but I mean, I like kids, right? Instead of having kids, I could become a patron of somebody else's kids, right? I could pay like $100 a month, and that kid would be like my kid on Facebook. Nobody would know. And in fact, maybe at a $200 level, I could give that kid a custom name. Like I've already got this picked out, the custom name. So I'm going to have a son. His name's going to be Keyshawn. Dr. Keyshawn Johnson. You know, wide receiver for the Giants. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the most important for USC at Big Ten. I'm going to have 2 daughters.
Oh, yeah.
Daughters' names are going to be Jaqueline, spelled Jacqueline, Jaqueline, and Janice, Janice. So I'm going to have Keyshawn, Jaqueline, and Janice. And it costs me about $600 a month. I'll have these kids. I'll be able to see them on Facebook. People will be able to see them as my kids. Can I have them? Think of a couple other things we could do on Facebook. Number one is spoken word. Because that's how my set's going right now.
Good call that.
Yeah. But another thing we do protests on Facebook, right? You know, maybe they could invent some way that we could all, like, talk about the same thing and show off that we believe in the same thing. I mean, I would call it a hashtag. It would be pretty amazing. The final thing we could do on Facebook, weddings and reunions. That way, at that same wedding where my grandmother was digging through all my stuff, they all got pretty plastered. The adults got pretty... And what I mean by adults at this time is people older than me, because I was like 26 at the time, so anybody over 30, they all got pretty plastered downstairs. Then they put the drunk aunt upstairs. And in the middle of the night, the drunk aunt walked out the door to go to the bathroom and fell down the stairs. And that was something that, had Mark Zuckerberg been around and planning Facebook groups, we could have done this on Facebook and avoided all that. And with that, guys, that's my set. I thank you very much for your time and applause and staring at me like I'm from another planet.
No, not at all.
Beautiful man.
You are from the Karman Bar planet, and we welcome you here, Brad. Big round of applause for Brad Hutchins, ladies and gentlemen. We missed Brad for the last couple of weeks. We're happy he's back. It was a great set, Brad. Great job.